all right. Hey, family. Hey, family. So I went out today and got me a little retail therapy in. Doing all this Chrisean Rock family drama. I needed something to pick my little spirits up, y'all. But anyway, today we are bringing the mama to the stand. Yes. We going to put her right up here on this stand in this pulpit. Because I got some questions for you, lady. Now, I done brought all your children, most of them, to the forefront. Now, I want to see what you got to say about yourself. Now, I got a deck that was gifted to me that I would have never brought myself. However, it does represent, a lot of the biblical texts. And since they're in the church, I think this would be so fitting for them. Now, it's not that I have anything necessarily against the Bible, but it's stolen. And it's stolen from my ancestors. The Sibyls. Emphasis on Bible, Sibyls. The seven sisters. The high priestess. And a lot of the text is, misconstrued. However, I think I can get the job done. Now, it's so crazy. The person that actually made these cards. Now, this is all about Christ consciousness. And I think she understands that it's a mentality versus, a person. Because this deity is no different from any other deity that one will worship. They just represent a different era. Moses came before Jesus. Same thing. But anyway, now this is based on the Christian church. And this person really does understand. And they go back and forth in the writing in regards to Egyptian knowledge, esoteric knowledge, and Christian mythology. And I'm like, this was the wow for me. And it's like, it's a little misleading. And I'm so aware. I think she wanted to really appease her audience. Because this is an Ankh. That represents Egyptian, which they all are basically deriving from the same ideology. Krishna is Christ. They just give you a different Jesus depending on your demographics. Is really all it is. But why wouldn't she put the cross in here? You understand what I'm saying? I don't know. She all over the place. But we're going to use that for the mama today. And see what's going on in her psyche. What's really happening with her. Alright? Now, how y'all doing out there? Now, listen. Again, I'm not here to try to change your religion or anything like that right there. And I'm pretty sure that anybody that taps into tarot have an open mind. Okay? Now, we got justice in the death card. Now, I do look like she wants something to come to an end. Now, again, this could be the energy around her in regards to things that might be taking place. It doesn't necessarily have to be her want, but just the universe enacting, consequences, karma, dharma, whatever. But we'll see. But because we got the 7 here, and the 7 of Swords is deception. You see, it's sneaking up on you with a little knife. And I told you in the last card, in the last reading that I did, that I had a feeling that somebody was going to have a tag on their toe, and I'm trying to say this in the best way possible, to appease YouTube. But we all know what a tag on the toe is, right? And here it is, coming up again. And we got our rule. We know when we get 3 that this is trying to tell me something. Put it back and we get our last card. Alright? But sometimes when I get 3 cards, it's just trying to tell me something right away. And we got the 3 cups over here. 6 of Wands and the 2 of Wands. Now, the 3 of Cups usually represent, a celebration. We do say victory here. But I think it's based all on a choice in regards to the path that one would take. Because the 2 of Wands is all about, the path less traveled. This person, you see this big old window right here. But the World card, it represents worldview. And in the traditional deck, he's standing on the platform. He got the world in his hand. He done been through a whole lot of shit. Right here with the community card. Now this community card could represent, the mind, body, and soul. The 3, communication. The 3rd house, anything that represents the 3rd house. But it's environment. It's people around you and, learning and stuff like that right there. But the 6 of Wands here, And it's so crazy that we got the 3 to the 6, which is the 9. And we're in the 9 year, the transition. But it's all based on a choice. It's all based on a choice. And we had the 4. Now the 4 usually represents, healing. It can be a little anxiety associated with that, but look what's here. The Queen of Pentacles. Now the lady is up in age. You would think that one would have learned a lot. But we have seen that, a lot of time age does not equate to growth, wisdom, maturity. None of that. And just look at the sisters. I'm like, and then I was just looking at that video in regards to her, I guess she was having a morning walk and she was talking about, her, what I want to call it, a relapse, what it was, whatever she went through, But anyway, the person that she was on line talking with, just co-signing her bullshit. Like, that's not really helping. When people be, just co-signing, yeah, you already, that's not helping. If you want to be a real friend to somebody, you got to call them out on their bullshit. You can't co-sign toxic behavior. It's crazy. That's not a friend. Now we got prayer. And it's the number 19. And it's contemplations and connections with justice. And I'm sure, for the most part, that she wants that, It's almost like she want to make a peace offering. It's like she really want to get connected. I'm looking at the orange, which represents the sacral chakra. And the 19, which represents the sun. Yeah, see? Now, I know there's a lot of guilt associated with, the choices that she have made. Because pretty much like Chrisean and Junior, I think that she got a lot of that going on with her kids. There could have been a lot of use while she was carrying. Let me see. Yeah. And we got the 13. It's so crazy. Right here next to the number 13. Which is forgiveness. She wants to be set free. Yeah. Yeah. Now, Spirit really want me to see this. And it's this armor. You know? Spiritually protected. Let me see. Well, let me see. That's at the bottom of the deck. Now, I don't know. For some reason, Spirit really loves 2 cards at the end down here. It's just the weirdest damn thing as of lately that I've been noticing. You know, even though sometimes I put one at the bottom of the deck, it's like calling on me to do that. Yeah, I told you, it's almost like she want to make some type of peace offering. Yeah. Yeah. You know, I do think that she understands that she's in the midst of a storm right here. You know, faith over fear. Yeah. You know. So let me see. Let me see. Don't rock the boat, baby. Don't tip the boat over. And it's almost like that's her. I don't know. It's just like she don't want to. I think that it's a lot of the guilt. Boy, it's holding a hostage. And I don't know. Like, but she holding on to a pinnacle. You know? It's almost like don't rock the boat. Yeah, choices with the 7 of Cups. It's like, you know, on pins and needles. Yeah. Because something will, you know, dissipate with all these cups. Like if she make the wrong choice, it's all gonna go down the damn drain. And that's 12 cups. 12s represent doors, mental, you know, astral. It's the introspection, the 12th house, you know, spiritual connected with the Chariot. I don't know. Let me see what's going on. Let me see. Don't rock the boat. That's crazy. It's just amazing. That's 13 and that's 13. You know? And green does represent the heart. And you know, it's like, yeah, the fish and the bread. 24, which represents Jupiter expansion. And 41. Alright, let me see. Wow. Let me see. Oh, now look, it's in reverse. And it's the companion. And it says betrayal by misusing confidence, loss of personal identity. You see, with the babies. And that's in the past. And I told you, it was a lot going on when she was giving birth. You see, holding the belly. That's his personal identity as well. And again, I'm just thinking about Tessa, the grandfather. And I'm assuming that that was her mama's father. I'm starting to believe that because of some of the cognitive disabilities, can he even be, dare I say it? Dare I say it? And I don't think that this is true for all of them. But the ones that's before Tyrene, I think they really got the brunt of the abuse. Of course, I haven't seen any of the other ones just as yet, but I'm just going off of how Tyrene presents herself. It's a little bit more polished, I want to say. Yeah, and see the judge. And it's in reverse. And it's offering only destructive criticism, misusing business, legal, or criminal authority. And we got this over here. And it's almost, again, like, don't rock the boat, don't tip the boat over, because I don't know why in one of the videos I seen that I think it was Tessa saying that the mother was mad at Tyrene. They was in church. Now, I'm not saying that when Rock did have a little money coming in, it was better than what it is right now. Yeah. She was, And I think they all kind of just let Chrisean really do what the hell she wanted to do, as long as she paying the bills. It's just like any other abusive relationship. Just take, for instance, the man going out there cheating on you. As long as he pays the bills, right? I'm telling you, they is really damaged. And the judge, it's not good judgment. And again, it's just like rewarding negative behavior and shit like that right there. But I also get the feeling that nothing yet is set in stone, because we did have the choice card. And a lot of times it's like a recourse, steps that one could take. Little something that is going to tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, this is what you should do if you want to rectify your situation. Now, they simply think that praying and giving, allowing Jesus to take the wheel is going to fix the situation. But it's not. Now, of course, I believe in miracles. But for the most part, prayer and faith without works is dead. You got to put in the work. If you want to see something different in your life, you got to be different. You can't go out here and get drunk and get high and act the fool, jump on top of cars, get butt naked and, and say, I'm going to pray and like shit going to be all right. No, it don't work that way. You think that you can just go out here and repent, go up to the altar and give your life to Christ and now you're saved? It don't work that way. They lied to you. And she quick to say that Jesus died for her. Ain't nobody died for no damn body. If anything, he was a sacrifice. Nobody died for nobody. And the vampire's here. And it's in reverse. and the depleting others of their psychic survival, chronic complaining, and codependency. Yeah. You see? It's like right here in the storm and don't want to move. This is a whole grown ass woman still in the nest. The mama bird, she picked the bird up and if they fall, they fall. but you're going to learn how to fly. Now let me get one more card. Do I? No. Let me see. Hold on. And we got the Lovers at the bottom of the deck, and it's in reverse, and the Teacher in the upright. But this is for willing to learn. Yeah, it says destructive devotion. I'm telling you, it's a bunch of people pleasers. A bunch of people pleasers. And I'm telling you, I don't know. It's just like I would like to be a fly on the wall in that church. I really would. I would really like to be a fly on the wall in that church and see what the hell is going on up in there. Shit. I get a funny feeling. Now, let me see. All three of your cards, mama. Now you got toil and labor right here. Yeah. In regards to trying to seek that justice. Yeah, it's a lot of guilt. Yeah. A lot of guilt. And the family room is here. You see, with the judge. Secrets reveal the need for the elephant in the room to be discussed. Yeah, a lot of shit need to come to an end. This judgment. But it's always constantly under judgment. They got boy, I ain't never seen a bunch of people play with the Lord like them. God damn. And we got despair. And that's a lack of loyalty. Because, just to see if these cards would actually work well together, I did a little pre-shuffle split. And I split on gossip, and in this deck, I split on the Judah card. And I think that she felt a little betrayed. And I don't think it's necessarily about people in the media per se. But, in her own camp, her own children. Yeah, it's such a draining force on her. And you just think about it, 12? Can you imagine 12? And just think about it when you think about it in the biblical context. The 12 little disciples. That's so damn good. You got one hell of a sense of humor. I was like, oh my God. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? 12. And then they sit around there and they talk about their Tessa and the other one, you know, like they're so proud of Chrisean, like she really doing something out there that's fucking noble. Insane. Now I think that this protection over here has a lot to do with her expectations. Yeah. Again, I think she think he gonna work it all out. You know, just throw my hands up in the goddamn air and wave them around like I just don't care, and let him work it out, right? Let him work it out. How that's working for you, mama? Is it working? Let me see. Yeah, 10 of Swords. Yeah, and look at that. And look. It's just like she just getting stabbed all in the back. Every time she watched some of that shit online, it hurt like hell, but she can't help but look at it because she got to see. She got to see the shit that she created. Yeah. She brought them all here. And it's right on justice and prayer. It's almost like she wanted to be over. Damn, I get the feeling that somebody's going to view something online. And it could even be, I don't know, somebody could even be online viewing something as they go out. That's crazy, right? Just look at it. With the companion. Damn. Or she could be just watching this destructive display of toxicity between Bino and Chrisean. Yeah. And even the baby, you know? I keep going back to that. I think she even begged her to keep the baby, didn't she? The mama. Yeah, but yeah, I'm sure it was because it was against her religion. And look at the star. And that's, you know, children. These is, you know, star beings that's being born, coming to the earth. You know? I'm just looking at it with the baby. In the belly, in the womb, with the toil and labor. And that's all her kids. Damn. Woo! Woo, 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 woo. It's like a jagger for all of them. Three of Pentacles. Yeah, Three of Pentacles is going back to that Three of Cups that we seen earlier. Pretty much the same thing. They still represent the third house. This is all about money. You know? And that's the prayer. It's just like, don't rock the boat. Don't tip the boat over. Yeah, Seven of Cups. And the Two of Wands. I told you, it's a choice. This is the seven deadly sins. You know, all that, this is, you know, wow. Crazy. This is crazy. Especially when you got choices right here. And I'm just sitting up here screaming, don't rock the boat, don't tip the boat over. Boy. I don't know, but it's not like I really want to judge, because sometimes desperation makes you do desperate things, and especially if you come from a life of being a swindler. You know, a person of the street of the night, you know, all that, you know, it's hard to, you know, when that's all you know. Now you got the Chariot and the Four of Wands here. Now look at that. Now the Chariot is actually moving through. And Four of Wands is homecoming. And it's all up under the family room and the death card. And the Judge. And again, I think there's some choices here. And look, what's on the split? The Devil and the Nine of Pentacles. And I'm telling you, it's fucking money all the time. All the time. All the time with these people. It's like it's just rude. This is enjoying the fruits of your labor. But look what is this is the sacrifice. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. It's just crazy. Wow. Wow. Mommy. You know, I guess you say what I'm going to do. And here's the Star. Queen of Wands. Yeah. It's just like, yeah. Queen of Wands is just like, you know, and the Queen of Cups is here. And with the Companion, you know, yeah. And the Six of Cups. It's almost like, yeah. I do believe that she wished she could have been a better mother. I think she just, you see, with the pain right down there, behind there. But that's what she gave them. Pain. That was what was in that cup. That's the example that she showed. That's fucked up. That's crazy. Wow. Wow. Queen of Pentacles, right there on the Three of Pentacles. You can't, I told you, it's all about money. And she fell to the side. And she fell to the, like she going back that way. And you see what's going on? And it's so crazy. You see how the Queen of Pentacles is behind this back? You see how this person with the Queen of Cups don't see what's going on behind her back? Now we talking about her. Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. It's like when she was conceiving, we already know what time it was. It was unjust, feeling stabbed in the back. Yeah, and it was all about money. That's what was going on. You see, this is why she all up here with toil and labor. You see how she on display? Yeah, and it painted her in a effed up light. Now, did she? Yeah, and make it so bad. Look at it. You can't make it up. Look at all that. It's all representing the sacral. It caused so many attachments. Can you imagine all the attachments that's associated with that? You know, every time you have intimate connections with somebody, you take on all that shit that they've been through. And their bodies, and their bodies, and their bodies too. You wonder why you can't get the damn karma off you. And look what's at the bottom of the deck. And the Queen of Wands. That's Oshun. Oshun. If anybody don't know what Oshun was like before she became, this goddess, and she would be another Orisha or deity, the same as Jesus. It's just energy. But she would be just like in Harlem Nights when the man said, "Baby, I ain't coming home no more. This is sunshine." She represents the root chakra. Right next to this card that's butt naked. I'm talking about every time, with the vampire, just draining her energy. Just draining it. In a fetal position, It's just like, even, I bet you right now today, she need her damn mama to hug her. Yeah, and who is this? Is this the father? Is that the father? Is that the father? That's fucked up. I'm like, what the hell was going on? Wow. Wow. And I'm just thinking about everybody. The mama. Wow, that's crazy. I'm talking about her mother. What the hell was going on, child? Now I'm just thinking about when I was 13, I went to go live with my cousin's godmother. And he was her boyfriend was an old pervert. And there had been rumors that he actually had messed with my cousin. Well, tried to mess with her. I don't think he actually got away with her, but her not real cousin, but because she was raised with the nieces and nephews of her godmom, they just called each other cousins and stuff like that right there. But yeah, he had actually messed with her, came through the window on her. And nobody did anything about it. The aunt still stayed with him. And I remember him trying me. Now, I know he messed with my cousin, my real cousin, that was younger than us. I know he did because of the stuff that he used to give her. I'm talking about so many gifts and candy. She had all kinds of shit. And I'm like, where in the hell are you getting all this shit from? But I remember him trying to follow me to school and stuff like that right there. Tried to trap me in the bedroom. I told my cousin's godmom, don't you know she talking about tell him what you told me? In front. And like, did she do any damn thing? Not a goddamn thing. Yeah, and he still tried me after that. You should follow me to school and every damn thing, old weirdo. But I know he messed with my cousin because I could tell by the shit that he gave her. Like, I remember one Christmas, that bitch had toys to the ceiling. You can't tell me that she ain't know. She do. Me and my other cousin ain't had shit but maybe 2 or 3 gifts. That shit was to the ceiling. Now the 9 of Wands here. And the Chariot. And this is giving me the feeling, that because this card is like a rebel. And I don't know if because the Judge is in reverse, I don't think everybody is open to this healing. Yeah. It's like they need, a sit down, a talk, and that's not going to do it. These people need professional therapy. Yeah. Lot of wounds. A lot of wounds. It affected their own relationships with their own children, men, self. And you got the Four of Pentacles. See, I told you. You can't make it up. Right here on the Chariot. Holding on. I told you, everybody's not going to be, nah, bitch, I'm not giving you my energy. You look better gone. And maybe that's some of the ones we don't see. Oh, I haven't come across yet. And the Three of Wands, yeah. You see? This is moving forward. Seven of Wands, protections. It's just like staying away is keeping me safe. You see? That's 4. This is behind the gate. Those pillars. You know? And those castle walls can tell a whole lot of damn stories. But this person is moving forward. You see, she looking at the sea. She want to be cleansed from all the secrets in the family room. I don't want no hug, bitch. Get off me. Yeah, with justice on the star for taking my innocence. And I'm sure that she probably wanted the same thing. I don't know. Damn, look what Spirit got me looking at. I'm going to show it to you. It's like the Ace of Cups is right here. And it fell off to the side. And damn, look at the Hierophant. I told you, that's the occult they in. That's practices. That's that bullshit. I don't know what it is though. They need it's like they need saving from it. See? You know, it's almost like that, you know, when you come up to a church and you see all the shit in the window like that right there. But you see how they passing it by? This is crazy. Wow. And the Death card. That's what I picked up off the floor. And I picked it up in the reverse. You know. And the Fool is here. And I don't really get a good feeling from this. Because, you know, in the upright, it usually represents a death and a rebirth. But it's just like... the Fool is a damn fool. And you see he jumping over that cliff, right? He about to just go over. And the next card is 5. I don't know. I just yeah. Yeah. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's like the money, the currency, the energy is so off. It's wild. It's like, you know, again, don't rock the boat, because I don't want this to be over. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna sit on this goddamn nail. I'm going to stay in this, because this is also a witch representing the Jezebel spirit, the vampire. You know, she still got those cords attached to her. I don't give a damn when nobody say, listen, you can think that the religious bullshit that they practicing is helping them, but it's not. Because if it was, why in the fuck is they still going through the shit they going through? Why is every church, that you're starting to see on the media, why is it so demonic and depraved and so fucking nasty? It's like, you don't see what's going on here? The Most High do not dwell in those doors. He is not sitting up there allowing somebody to siphon your damn money, to keep you hoping and wishing on some shit that ain't gonna never come. Boy, I'm out of here. Y'all crazy. But anyway, that's the mama's energy. Tell me what you think.